In February 2013, the Phoenix Office of Arts and Culture, working with numerous community groups and institutions, sounded the call to artists around the country to create artworks that would bring life to otherwise empty lots in the downtown Phoenix corridor. Over 80 artists applied. Phoenix-based artist Ann Morton had an idea that went beyond the city's expectations by not only creating a work of art to cover and beautify a vacant lot in downtown Phoenix, but also to provide comfort and warmth for the city's homeless. Ground Cover was an extraordinary artwork that brought together more than 300 weavers, knitters, quilters, and textile artists to produce hundreds of blankets that were stitched together in this vacant lot. Each blanket was part of an overall design that, when placed next to one another, created a colossal image of lush desert flowers.
All these bags and some of these blankets that are out of the bags are all the blankets for the Ground Cover project. It's a collection of 300 blankets that have been made by volunteers all over the country. And they'll all come together to make a giant colossal image that measures about 50 feet by 117 feet of bright red and orange desert flowers. When we say the words ground cover, we typically think of plant material that is planted to cover the ground. These blankets are being made ultimately to be distributed to homeless individuals. So in other words, those individuals that are really on the ground that are in need of cover, especially now that the winter is upon us. So there's kind of a double meaning of the words ground cover.
I was thinking myself of the blankets. They started out as bundles of cloth or skeins of yarn, but in the end they became these big blankets and warm blankets with a really big impact.
That's what I find exciting, is to engage these makers, or I've been calling them blanketeers, to use these traditional homemaking techniques to make life a little more comfortable for someone that is homeless.
As soon as I get the button finished, sewed on, then I'm complete, have completed it.
When a blanketeer signs up, I would send them this pattern, and so this little triangle there shows them where their blanket is in the big scheme of things. They get this and this color chart. If they did it in fabric or if they did it in yarns, it told them exactly what colors. If they didn't use those exact yarns, they could at least use them as matching.
For 9 months, Ann and her 300 blanketeers made the blankets. They did it in scheduled knit-ins, they did it on their own time, and blankets came in from everywhere.
There's 22 states plus Canada, and even one of the blankets has some squares from Great Britain in it. So the word kind of spread across the country. We've got about 55 blankets, I think, from out of the state.
As winter approached, the volunteers came together in downtown Phoenix to make the enormous blanket. And where emptiness once had been, desert flowers now bloomed. After the 2-day install, including time for night viewing on downtown Phoenix's popular monthly art walk called First Friday, the giant quilt was disassembled into its individual blankets. Agencies that serve the homeless were given the blankets to distribute for the cold winter nights.
It gives our clients blankets and warmth during these colder months, which happens to be a little bit colder than normal. And then another way is that it educates the community as well as the country on homelessness. And it's rare for blankets to do that, but because of the way that the art project was created and the way that it was explained and publicized throughout the community and throughout the country, really, it really grabbed momentum on getting people involved in homeless issues and homelessness in general.
My card, what it says is it's made by Keith, but it's got a happy face here. That's basically all it really has on there, but that happy face makes me happy because it is the way I feel, you know? I mean, it's like they knew who was gonna get it, and they made my day. I feel this blanket is gonna benefit me in so many ways. especially because most of the time live in a van, and this will be my bed cover, my everything. I'm gonna take really good care of it. It's the best gift that I could ever had.
Ground cover proved to be a successful temporary art installation. It brought people together to create large-scale artwork that beautified downtown Phoenix before being broken down into useful tools that the city's homeless could use and treasure. It's art that both enhances the environment and empowers those living in it. With the success of this temporary art installation, the Phoenix Office of Arts and Culture moves forward with its dozens of other projects at various stages of development, ever working to improve and bring art into downtown Phoenix.